Hello everybody, this is your boy The Green Talents coming at you with a video today which pertains to tomorrow's game. Um, Tomorrow's game is against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Philadelphia. You guys are quite aware the Eagles won um, this game against the Carolina Panthers 21-18, which was a monumental victory because of the fact is of the 3-game losing streak that the Eagles were currently on. Who did we play? We played the 49ers, the Dallas Cowboys, and I forgot about I keep forgetting about the other team that the Kansas City Chiefs. We played the Kansas City Chiefs, the Cowboys, and the 49ers. Now, of those three, only two teams had high-powered offenses. That was the Cowboys and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, of those 3 games, two of those games were winnable games, and that was the Cowboys game, and that was the Kansas City Chiefs game because Kansas City Chiefs defense were pathetically weak. They didn't have a good secondary, but they had one of the better front fours in the entire NFL. And the Dallas Cowboys were definitely weak. Was a weak defense. The Eagles could have easily won those games if they had a better calling when it came to defense. And we all know the Eagles defense were at this point early part of the season was a top 10 ranked defense, but I'm quite sure somewhere along 1 and 10 they fell out of the top rankings because they wasn't getting no initial push with the front four. Teams have found ways to block Fletcher Cox, but they also blocked the other defensive end on the other side. So the Eagles couldn't get any pass, but the only guy who provided pass rush was Hargrove, our other inside tackle, who now currently stands at 6 sacks, which is probably the most in the league at the time. So imagine this being a 17-game streak. He could easily have up to 15 sacks this year, which will put him on pace for the minute sack this year. Because right now he has 6 sacks. If he get 15 sacks or more, that'll be the most that the Eagles. That'll be the most sacks that any Eagle defensive end has had, other than what is his name? Not Burgess, but the other defensive end the Eagles had at the time. I forgot the boy name. He came over from the New York Jets via trade. Um, I can't think of his name for all the money in the world. But anyway, he was the last Eagle to have the most sacks in one season by one team. And it's been a long time since the Eagles had a double-digit sack. And he was the last defensive end. Yeah, Hugh Douglas, that's his name. Hugh Douglas. Hugh Douglas was the last Eagles defensive end to have double-digit sacks. He was the last. You know what I'm saying? But between Hugh Douglas up until now, it's been Fletcher Cox, who had I think he had 10 sacks some years ago, but it wasn't actually double digits. By double digits, I mean everybody knows 10 is 1-0. You know what I'm saying? But we talk about 12 sacks, 13 sacks, 14 sacks, 15 sacks. Hugh Douglas had the most sacks he had with the Eagles. I think it was 12 or 13 sacks in one season. That's the last. He was the last one, in my opinion, to have double digits other than 10. Anybody can get 10 sacks. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't qualify you to be a Pro Bowler or an All Pro. But if you get more than 10 sacks, then you'll be among that top as far as sacks and tackles coming, and also along with the All Pro, the Pro Bowl honors. But if that happens, then that would be a career year for him because I don't think he never had a double-digit sack career. So this would be the first for him because the Eagles signed him last season. He came aboard last season to actually have Fletcher Cox. Or Fletcher Cox was constantly getting double teams by most teams in the NFL the previous seasons. So with him coming over last year, and now this year he's evolving into one of the better defensive tackles in the NFL. He's on pace to have double digit sacks for this year. So I'm thinking 12 or 13 sacks. But if he keep going the way he's going, he might have 16 or 17 sacks this season, which would be the most by any defensive end other than Reggie White, who had like 19 half sacks back in the day. And Reggie White was constantly getting 15 or more sacks every year. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the reasons why he's the all-time leader in sacks, which stands at 122 sacks at the Eagles' all-time sack mark. You know what I'm saying? And the Eagles have not had a steady pass rusher like Reggie White to have 122 sacks in one season. And I think right behind Reggie White, I think in Clyde Simmons were like 80 or 90 sacks. You know what I'm saying? And then it goes down to maybe Hugh Douglas and maybe what is his name? Start with a T. I can't think of that boy name on the money in the world. All these guys, all these pass rushers the Eagles had back in the day. You know what I'm saying? This guy I can't think of his name all bad. Just like I thought about Hugh Douglas, this guy that will come to me eventually. But anyway, that's not really what the video really about. The video really about is key victories for the Eagles to win game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sorry I got off track, but I had to get some priorities straight as far as what the Eagles need to do defensively. And I'm going to get to that in a moment. But I'm going to start with the offense first. We all know that the Eagles have struggled with the offense in this last game against the Carolina Panthers. They couldn't generate any offense. The Eagles had to depend on the defense to get them in position to win a football game, and that's why the Eagles defense this year get the congrats and they get the kudos because they kept fighting and kept fighting and kept fighting to get this Eagles offense in position to make plays. And the Eagles couldn't make no play for all the money in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they go in, out, or they would get these penalties that would set them back so many yards. Because we all know penalties kills momentum. We all know that. That's a given. You know what I'm saying? Penalties kill momentum. Let me hear y'all say that. Penalties kills momentum. And we all know that. So with this game coming up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Eagles should have no more than 5 penalties. If Eagles priorities are in straight or in tune with this win against the Panthers, because the Eagles had like 9 or 10 penalties in last week's game. You know what I'm saying? So the penalties got to stop. I mean, I could take a 5-yard penalty, but the 5-yard penalties should be minor. What I mean is an offensive tackle running downfield before the player with the ball actually gets there. Because we all know that offensive linemen are supposed to run down the field, are supposed to lead the way for the person, either the running back or come back, whoever running the football. You know what I'm saying? But if you're downfield before he does, that's a 5-yard penalty. You know what I'm saying? And we can't take no onside, no off. We can't take no false starts. We can't take no illegal man downfield. That's what I'm trying to say. Illegal man downfield. All these are 5-yard minor penalties that the Eagles could easily fix in their practices leading up to the game against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Cause penalties can kill drives. When they kill drives, it kills momentum. Everybody in the world knows that, and I shouldn't have to keep constantly repeating that. But it's just that it's a pet peeve to see the Eagles make these stupid penalties. We are number 1 in the league in penalties. We get like 25, maybe no more than that. About 35 or 40 penalties prior to week 1. I mean, 35 or 40 penalties. That is a lot of penalties for over for 2,000 or 3,000 yards that was left on the field with points scored. Now, half those penalties were touchdown killing drives, like the one that just got away from us in the kind of game where Hurts threw the a touchdown pass to Jalen Smith, and it got called back because of a dumb penalty that the offensive line made. So I mean, these are drives killing penalties, penalty killing drives. We can't afford to have that on the field. So that's number one. The Eagles cannot make no more drive killing penalties because these penalties kill drives, it kills momentum. Everybody knows that. Number two, and this is what we all constantly preaching week in, week out. Stop passing the football. When you pass the football, you make yourself predictable to these screens that I'm constantly seeing, and the cornerback or defensive end or linebacker is right on the nose of tackling the player with the ball for losses. Those are the kind of drive that drives a sports fan like me nuts, because every time I see this, it hurts me. I'm trying to figure out, why would you pass the ball out on the screen when you can try to get the ball out deep? And that would lead to number three. Number three. Run the football. That's the third problem that we having with the team right now. The Eagles, for some reason in this game against the Panthers, Sanders only had 11 carries for 30 40 some yards. Sanders is the type of guy that can get up to 15 to 20 carries or more for over 80 plus yards. Maybe a score or two. And once you constantly give him the ball on runs, then it makes it easier to throw the ball to throw the ball out on screens, for the tight end screens, wide receiver screens, or running back screens. Once you get the ball out deep, that keeps the defense back. And once they're kept back, it opens up lanes for the run game. I don't understand why Nick Sirianni is not seeing this, because it's like he got hurt throwing the ball on every down. For once, the man need to start lining up on the center, because when you line up on the center, the defense are wondering what your play is going to be. They wonder that. But if you are out 4 or 5 yards to receive the ball off the center snap, two things can occur. He either can get the ball out in a hurry for a pass, or the ball can sail over his head, like what happened in the game against Carolina Panthers. The man was 5 yards deep. Kelsey launched that ball so fast, it flew right over Jaden Hurts' head. And when it flew over his head, it wound up in the end zone. Luckily, he was able to get the ball out of the end zone, which called for a safety. I'd rather be a safety than 6 points. That's what it could have been, and it had been 6 points. Ain't no way in the world he would have won that football game. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. So also kudos go to Hurts for doing that. He knew it was a safety. He knew there were 2 points given. He knew it. But had he not been there to knock the ball out in the end zone, it would have been 6 points. 6 points. I'd rather have 2 points than 6. And everybody in the world would agree with me on that. But even though it hurt me that we gave him 2 extra points, you know what I'm saying? And it wound up being, 15 to 6? What it was? They were 15 to 6. They think that's what it was. Because the first record was 13 to 6. But the 2 extra points made it 15 to 6. You got to run the football. That's a priority. I mean, I don't understand why Nick has not figured this out yet. I don't know if it's because he's a rookie who's teaching a rookie quarterback, or he's not giving out the right plays for Hurts to operate within the scheme because this is an RPO scheme. Everybody in the NFL and country are doing RPOs. You even seen RPOs in air raids. You even seen RPOs in triple option plays. I mean, RPO is all over. It's all over. It's all over the it's all over the landscape now. I mean, you got college programs, you got high school programs, you got the prep school programs, you even got the mini league programs running RPOs. So RPOs have become a norm in the NFL. Long gone are the West Coast offenses. They're long gone. Where it is, the West Coast offense has evolved over years, and that goes to Andy Reid, because Andy Reid is the one who started out with the West Coast principles, but over time he evolved his offense. If you guys remember, back in 2007, I believe, or maybe 2008, when he traded away Donovan Nassib, Washington Redskins, and kept Michael Vick to be his priority quarterback. Did you see how fast the offense was going when Michael Vick was there? Prime example, the New York Giants game, which now know as the Miracle in the Meadowlands 2. And the Giants hate that. The fan base, the organization, the players from old, they hate hearing about that. You know what I'm saying? But Michael Vick later comeback. The Giants led the game 31-7, I believe. And the Eagles battled back in the third quarter. They battled back in the fourth quarter because the first half belonged to New York Giants. And when we went to halftime, the Eagles came back with adjustments, and they wound up winning that game 30-31, I believe. The Giants ain't scored not a single point after that. You know what I'm saying? So 38-31 was the score, I believe. I could be wrong, but all I know, they didn't score over 35 points to win that football game. That I do know. And that's why you start seeing the offense evolve. And then when Chip Kelly came over from the college level, he installed his fast-paced offense. But the thing about that, though, is if you remember now, he had Michael Vick, and Michael Vick rolled out and tossed that ball to Deshaun Jackson. And Deshaun Jackson was way over the 30-yard line. And Michael Vick aired that ball from the 20 to the other 20. And Jackson ran that ball and touchdown, ran the ball in the end zone for score. You got to remember that. So that's how Andy Reid's offense evolved, and which is now known as the RPO offense, because Andy Reid run it better than anybody in the NFL. And one reason why you got his pupils like Doug Peterson and Matt Nagy in Chicago, who are running the same style of offenses, but it's not doing any good until he get his Justin Fields guy on the field. Maybe Justin Fields may be the man for the offense, and no one really know for sure. But that's another story, another time. But anyway, back to the Eagles football. I'm sorry I keep getting off track, but I just to let you guys know how all this fit to what I'm trying to implement in this video. Because we all know that the Eagles have issue running the football. When you don't run the football, it makes it a problem to pass. And when you pass, you become predictable. Teams are able to stack the box, or better yet, put two guys in the A and B gaps to rush the pass. Because if you can't run the football, teams can rush up the gut or around the edges and to corral Hurts. Because in these last 3 games, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Cowboys, and the 49ers, teams had got video on Hurts. Even though Hurts couldn't kick the pocket, they have found ways to corral him. And he had been sacked, I think he's been sacked 6 times this year. Maybe he's been sacked between 6 to 10 times this year, I believe. And all because the Eagles failed to run the football. When you can't run the football, defenses can stack the box. And when they stack the box, they are feasting on getting after the quarterback. Because they know the quarterback has to get rid of the ball in a hurry. So once the ball either go out of bounds or it goes in the middle of the field, it can be intercepted or it can be knocked down. And in Jalen Hurts' case, it definitely could be intercepted and ran back for a pick 6. and that's something we can't afford to have right now going into these games because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think we got the Washington. I think we got the Raiders. I believe I could be wrong on that, but I got to view the schedule because I've been wrong the last few videos. I've been saying the Eagles play Tampa Bay, but it wound up being the Carolina Panthers. So I don't want to get the schedule wrong. But I think our next game against the LA Raiders, I believe. I mean the Las Vegas Raiders, I believe. If I'm wrong, I'm quite sure someone on YouTube will correct me, and then I appreciate that because see the last video I made, I got corrected against the Panthers. I mean against Tampa Bay when it should have been the Panthers. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate that. Whoever did, I forgot who it was, but I definitely appreciate that. So, but anyway. Those are the keys to victories for this game against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They got to play good defense because they got to get pressure on Tom Brady. They're gonna have to. Cause Tom Brady right now, I think I saw the record. I think he's 5-3 against the NFC East. 5-3, and that 3 loss is the New York Giants twice and the Eagles once, and that's including the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, look at all of that. And then he started mumbling about the way he lost the Super Bowl against the Philadelphia Eagles. So he kind of have an agenda against us already. So for us to come into for him to come to Tampa, for him to come to Philadelphia and make an attempt to beat us and gonna make the game that much sweeter because we got to win the football game. The Eagles got to get a half game above 500. We gotta get 3-3. Got to get 3-3. If we get 3-3, that'll put us in position to tally on the rest of the season, the rest of the game. You know what I'm saying? Because then we'll know exactly where we stand for a playoff position and then for as record concern. Cause see, we got to run the football. Gotta play stout defense. The penalties, we gotta stop the penalties. Jalen Hurts need to do better with the football. And most importantly, the play calling got to be on point and got to be on time. And that play calling rolled to Nick Sirianni, who in the last 3 or 4 games this year have been calling bad plays to a point where he putting the quarterback in position to make wrong plays. And bad plays lead to wrong plays. And wrong plays can cost the football team a game or a victory. And we can afford that. But I will make a prediction on this game, but I'm not going to because I like the fool saying, giving a prediction of who's going to win, who's going to lose versus the game that's going to go on tomorrow night. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not giving a prediction, and I don't plan on giving a prediction. Maybe I'll do that on Facebook or something like that, but I won't do it on video because I don't see other guys who are scared. I mean, I'm scared, but who are more like daring. They're more daring than me. So I'm not gonna do it. But to the rest of my YouTubers out there, if you choose to make a video and your prediction, kudos to you. I'm just not gonna do it. And you can say what you want to say about me. That's fine. But all I know is I'm not making a prediction. I'm just gonna sit back and watch the game. Either we win, lose, or draw. I've been an Eagles fan for 41 years, and I'm gonna stay that way. And I ain't changing. The flag behind me is self-evident. The NFC Conference Championship belt is self-evident. And then over here on this door is number 1. Let's go Philadelphia flag right there. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm 100% Eagles. And I also got the Eagles shirt on. So that's self-evident. I got jerseys. I got jerseys galore. I don't got many jerseys. I only got a few. You know what I'm saying? Maybe about 25, maybe 30 jerseys. You know what I'm saying? About that many, maybe a little bit more. About maybe giving it a long stretch for in a sense, but I'm not gonna say all that. But anyway, hope you enjoyed my video, and those are my keys to victory in this game. Good defense, no penalties, run the football, correct play call on offense and defense. And most importantly, the fan support because this game gonna be in Philadelphia, And we all know how the Philadelphia Eagle fans are, particularly me. If we don't see things going our way, we will boo you and we will let you know how we feel. You know what I'm saying? But even though I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, I understand how the Philly fans are because we are who we are. You either like us or hate us. But and the old saying goes, no one like us, we don't care. And I basically don't care. If you don't like me or not, what you gonna do? You can't fight me. You can't hit me. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's your boy, The Green Town, coming out to you in another video. I hope you enjoyed. Peace, one love, key to victory. Tampa Bay at Philadelphia. I'm expecting to win. I expect a complete all-out performance for the offense, and the defense need to be on point. Need to be on point. Special teams need to be on point. Play call need to be on point. Nick Sirianni, run the football.